everybody. It's going to be a great day. Can you feel it? 24 minutes after the hour. I can feel it. Well, no matter what they think about Donald Trump, voters are certainly making their opinions heard.
Trump is not our president!
He's just shouting out words, and they're really making hatred rise in the U.S.
Donald Trump really can make a difference and make America great again.
Tearing down people isn't what's going to make America great again. What makes America great is how we lift each other up.
I like Donald Trump because he is not a typical politician, and because I believe that he knows how to be a successful individual.
Well, despite opposite stances on the front runner, our next guest says both sides actually have more in common than you may think.
Here to take us inside the mind of those who support Trump and those who oppose him, psychiatrist and Fox News contributor Dr. Keith Ablow. Doc, nice to see you this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We are doing well. So take us through some of the common reasons why you think people like Trump.
Well, I think people who like Donald Trump are people who like their steak served raw, right? They want the truth or his truth. They resonate with the fact that he's speaking his truth, unfiltered. They see this as a kind of prescription for America, where somebody would come up and just say, look, here's what we're doing. It's kind of like going to a surgeon. You say, look, he seems kind of brash, doesn't he? He says he's going to slice me open. He's done it 1,000 times, and he's not taking many questions. Well, here's the thing. Some people feel comforted by that when they want real change, and I think he's going to deliver real change, like it or not. There's going to be a lot of change.
Yeah, and you also say that he says things that people have been afraid to say. Maybe they're thinking them, but are afraid to say out loud. And Trump has simple answers for everything, I guess, because he speaks in terms that we can all understand. What about the people who are so vehemently against him and even have vitriol, it seems?
Well, look, you know, it's like your angry uncle who comes to Thanksgiving and says, by the way, your dad stole the business from me. Okay? Not everybody wants the uncle at that Thanksgiving dinner, and people will have very strong feelings about that person. Also, listen, we're used to, as Americans, our politicians are poetic and somewhat parental. Donald Trump is neither. He assumes that you can roll with him on very big concepts. Sure, I used the bankruptcy laws. Everybody does. Yeah, I used eminent domain. It's the law of the land. Now, when he says that, there's a lot. You could write paragraphs, pages, chapters, trying to explain yourself. He relies on you to catch up. Look, I'm going to talk to you as an adult. Not everybody's used to that.
But, I mean, I certainly get why people object to Donald Trump. But Max Boot, to name one among many examples, who is a key foreign policy advisor to Senator Rubio and like a mainstream person, announced the other day that he would vote, quote, for Joseph Stalin before voting for Donald Trump. I mean, that's a species of mental illness, no?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a species of mental illness. I won't bring my couch in here, but I'll say this. That, listen, every truth teller inspires people who want to do that person in, literally, politically, truly. You know, the bottom line is if you're out there and you're willing to say, I'm building a wall because in my heart I say I'm going to do it and I think it's the right thing to do, you're going to inspire people who say, under no circumstances, and I would vote for anyone else. We know this throughout history. Tell the truth, you court potential disaster from people who want to oppose you at any cost.
Doctor, 10 seconds. You know, he switches positions, even in mid-debate, but that doesn't seem to bother his supporters at all. What is that about?
I think that's about the fact that they assume that the man is more important than the message, minute to minute or hour to hour. They assume that, yes, you have to negotiate, yes, you have to shift, and he's probably playing some kind of shell game with our enemies right from the debate stage because he's thinking at 16 different levels, and he's relying on you to decide, can I trust him, I can't trust him, am I all in or not?
That's a really insightful and deep point. Thanks a lot, Doctor.
That's great.
Thanks a lot.